Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we simplify finance, investing, and wealth building strategies. In today's video, I'm going to share how I made $600 this past week through selling options. I didn't have to stare at any stock charts, I wasn't glued to my screen. It took less than 25 minutes of work to make that $600 this week through selling options. So let's break down how I did it. When people start thinking about investing in the stock market, they picture something straight out of the movies with these complicated, intense analysis, major risk involved, and it's enough to make anyone feel uncomfortable and feel like they're not prepared or not ready. Well, I got news for you. It's not like that at all. Like I said, every week I generate passive income, and you can watch every one of my YouTube videos where I show my trades, what I made this week, recap, and show my brokerage account live. So I don't hide anything. I do no technical analysis. I don't look at any stock charts. You don't need to, especially when you're selling options. Selling options is the perfect strategy for someone that does not want to stay glued to their chart, doesn't want to stare at computer screens all day, and doesn't want to try to make some comprehensive technical analysis. I don't do any of that. I spend less than 25 minutes on an average week looking at the stock market because I use it as an income generating tool, and that's all it should be. I sell options. My technical analysis is me looking at a company, agreeing, hey, I'm okay with buying that stock or that company for a predetermined price or selling, depending on what side of the option chain I'm on. And for doing so, I collect a premium. That is the extent of it. I don't do any scary risk. I don't stare at charts. I don't gamble on options. I don't do any of that. I sell options. I collect weekly premiums. So 2 weeks ago on YouTube, I showed you my $859 week. Last week, $500 and some dollars. This week, $600 and some dollars. So it adds up. No technical analysis. You don't need to stare at charts. Just make some money and walk away from your computer. That's all the stock market needs to be, and that's all it takes to invest when you're selling options. In my opinion, selling options is the ultimate form of making your money work for you. Your bank probably earns you less than 1% in interest a year. Your high-yield savings account probably less than 5%. I'm going to have you selling options where you're making almost 1% every week. That's 52% a year. Can you imagine your account's growing like that? And some weeks you'll do better than that, I promise. So again, do not be intimidated. Do not think you need to expend all this time on the market. Do not think you need to be a professional. Just size your risk, find companies you're interested in, and let's sell options. But for a recap on my week, make sure you stick around and I'll show you exactly what I did so you can try it as well. I'm going to show you exactly what I did this week to make $619 of passive income all through selling options. So make sure you're paying close attention at this point. So on the screen here, you can see the plays we made this week. The first column is the stocks, that's the ticker symbol. The middle column, the profit. And then the third column, the play. That's the option I played this week. And CSP, for those that are new, stands for Cash Secured Put. That means I agreed to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And because I agreed to this, I collected a credit or a premium. And then in column B, the profit, that's what I collected. Then below that, you'll see rolled CSP. That means I rolled a cash secured put to a farther out expiration date. I do that so I can continuously collect more premiums as I go. Let's look at APLD. This is a stock that I rolled cash secured puts on for almost a year now. And I've not owned the stock one time, but I keep selling puts on it, and every month I collect around $115 or $120 depending on the month for just rolling the position. That's all I do. I never own the stock. I don't look at it. I don't look at any company technicals. I like the company because of what they do. So for that reason, I'm agreeing to buy it for a predetermined price. But I've never been assigned because, again, I continuously roll that position to generate more and more income every month. It's the ultimate form of passive income. Just like the last four on this list, dividends, YMAX and YMEG pay every week, MRNY and RDTE, they pay monthly. MRNY pays monthly and RDTE pays weekly. So on that, you'll see 3 weekly dividend payers and 1 monthly dividend payer. So in the next section, I'm going to talk about how this is exactly passive income and the best way to make your money work for you. So why is this the best form of passive income in my opinion? What I do is I find a company I'm okay with owning, DraftKings, Hims, whatever it may be. I find a price I'm okay with owning it at, and I select an expiration date, and I let the market do the rest. If the stock goes up, that's great. If it goes down, that's okay. If it moves sideways, that's the best. Why is that? As the stock market moves sideways, the person that is selling the option is gaining theta and decay, whereas when the person is buying options, they are losing that. As you approach your expiration date, that theta and decay decreases or increases at a more rapid rate. And for selling options, it stays flat and it stays in your favor. So again, I find an expiration date anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks out. I sell the option. I collect my premium. When we get to that expiration date, I decide, do I want to own the stock right now, or do I want to roll it out another month and just collect another premium for that? And that's what I do. It's the most passive form of income. It's having my money work for me. And like you're seeing on my YouTube account here, I'm just making these trades live. Anybody can see them. You don't need to be a money manager. You don't need to be a hedge fund investor. You don't need to have technical analysis or stare at charts or pay for these outlandish discords. You can do it yourself, and I want you to. I want us all to be rich and successful in 2025, and there's no reason we can't all work together to buy the most valuable commodity, which is time. It's the only commodity you can't buy, but we're going to work for it. The other part I want to touch on in this section is stress. When people are buying options, they tend to stare at the charts, check their brokerage account every 2 seconds to see if their stock is going up or down, depending if they bought a call or bought a put. And if you want me to break down what those are further, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video. Like I said, I don't buy options, but I know the process, I know the premise. But they're stressing over these plays. They're never stepping away from the brokerage account. They don't enjoy their weekends because on Friday at 4, they are staring and waiting until Monday at 9:30. And that's not what we do with selling options. We make our play, we sell the option, select an expiration date on a stock we're okay with owning, we collect the premium, and we don't look at it again until that expiration date. So APLD, I look at once a month. Open it up, it expires today, let's roll it for another month. And just like that, I'll collect another $115 or $120 or $130, depending on how much it would be. Regardless, it's easy passive income, and it adds up over time. Don't let anyone try to intimidate you by saying selling options are too small a gains and you're never going to get rich or successful with it. I promise. It builds, it adds up over time. You're laying your bricks for financial foundations of freedom. Just give it a chance. So before I get into the recap, I sure hope everyone paid close attention to the video, and if you did, then I know that you know. But the purpose of this recap is not to talk about the $600 we made this week, the $500 the week before, or the $800 the week before that. It's to talk about how we built a system that holds us accountable, and we're using that system and accountability to create measurable and tangible goals that help us achieve that financial freedom we desire. Because remember, with the right mindset and a consistent strategy, I promise you will be successful in the market. I promise you are going to achieve the financial independence that you want. Do not try to make some big outlandish play. Do not try to follow trends. Stick to your strategy, hold yourself accountable, and have measurable goals. Like I said, the amount is not what we're shooting for. Some weeks we'll make more, some weeks we'll make less. The only thing that matters is that we're continuously making. And how we do that is sticking to our strategy of selling options. We don't try to jump on board with what other people are doing. We're focused on our plays. We don't stress. We don't stare at our charts. We don't look at our brokerage. We make our play, we move on, and we enjoy our life. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. And in the comments below, I also want to know what your 2025 number one stock you're looking at selling options is. Because I'd love to talk about some of the ones I'm looking at with you, because you might have some I've never thought of. Or if you're like, hey, I've never even done this before, is there any way you can help me find some stocks to sell options on? I'm glad you asked. If you put your email below, I will send you a script that I wrote for Python that allows a screener to go and find 4,000 stocks it reviews, 4,400 stocks it reviews, and it looks at stocks that have a 1% premium for their strike price. So that means for every $100, you would collect $1, 1% every week. That's the goal. So let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to send you that screener. You can use it completely free. I don't want to sell it. I want us all to be successful. I want us to achieve financial independence in 2025 together. So let's grow together. And like I said, make sure you pay close attention in the video.